Now let's start. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear respected brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan for joining us on what is going to be, inshallah ta'ala, a very informative webinar on a topic that is on everybody's mind. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq to deliver this and put barakah in this gathering. Ameen ya Rabb. My name is Zubair. I'll be your host for this evening, inshallah ta'ala. For those that have been with us previously, welcome back. It's good to have you with us again. And for those that are joining for the first time, welcome. It's an honor for us to host you. And we will just do some formal intros very shortly, inshallah ta'ala. The webinar, inshallah, shouldn't last more than an hour-ish. And there will be an opportunity to ask questions throughout. There is a Q&A box within your Zoom window. You might be on your phone or on your laptop. Feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A box, inshallah ta'ala, and we will do our best to answer your questions, inshallah. So who are we? We are here with on behalf of Rawaf Mina, and we are the guide code RG-5737. You'll be hearing that quite a lot throughout this webinar, and it's very important that you make a mental note of it, inshallah, and we hope that you memorize it by the end of this webinar, inshallah. Why us? Or who are we? Why us? RG5737. So, alhamdulillah, by the tawfiq of Allah, between the team, there are decades of experience of traveling to Hajj and serving the Hujjaj. We have Mashayikh and senior brothers that have been uh, serving the Hujjaj for many years before Hajj and Umrah. So you are in good hands, inshallah ta'ala. And we also have very experienced Mashayikh that are part of our group, especially we have Sheikh Farid Haybatan, who we've been honored to have us with us this year. Alhamdulillah, a very experienced Sheikh who studied in Medina a long time ago. So as a result, he has done Hajj from a very long time ago, from the times that he was a student to more recent times as a religious guide, mashallah, tabarakallah. We have the Beyond Hajj program. I'm very excited about it. And we will talk about this in detail very shortly. But essentially, it's a development program to make your Hajj a transformational Hajj. We're not here just to tick a box for Hajj. We're here to ensure that your Hajj really does trigger change in your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in your relationship with your family and friends. And we'll go into this in much more detail, inshallah. And as always, we are here to provide support throughout your whole journey from now all the way up until you return to the UK. We are here. That is our job, and we're here to service you, inshallah, to the best of our ability, inshallah ta'ala. In terms of our guidance and support, we'll be here to support you and make sure that you make this the most out of this journey of a lifetime. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We have a pre-Hajj program, which will be consistent of lectures, which will allow you to attain maximum benefit from this blessed journey. We will provide online resources so you can learn everything in relation to Hajj and the Umrah that's part of the Hajj. Of course, as mentioned, we have very experienced religious guides throughout the whole journey, inshallah ta'ala. The development program, which I'll be talking about very shortly. And of course, there is going to be the social atmosphere, the brotherhood, the sisterhood that we have with our fellow brothers and sisters within the group. Inshallah, will be a Hajj family, which, we will stay together even when we return, bi'idhnillah. Who is the team? Many of you may be very familiar with the faces on this slide, but for those that maybe are not, so we have our religious guide, Sheikh Farid Haybatan, who, mashallah, tabarakallah, as I said, has decades of experience when it comes to Hajj and Umrah. As well as Hajj and Umrah, mashallah, tabarakallah, the Sheikh is a senior advisor at the Islamic Council, so he mashallah, on a daily basis involved in giving support and guidance to people who are wishing to have Islamic solutions to their lives. And the Sheikh also is an international trainer, so he provides training on personal development, management, productivity, etc. So, mashallah, a very multi-talented Sheikh, mashallah, tabarakallah. We have Yunus Abdullah, who will be with us shortly, inshallah. Again, someone that's been in the Hajj and Umrah industry for more than 20 years, and he has the contacts on the ground, let's say. He's the man. If you need to get something done in Hajj, he's the person to speak to. And then we have Brother Aman Daliwal, who actually used to live in Makkah for many years, mashallah, tabarakallah. So as a result, here also was involved in Hajj for many years and also has the contacts on the ground. And you have myself, Zubair, and Brother Shafiq, who make up the rest of the team. And this is the dream team, as they say, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. The Beyond Hajj program. So I've spoken about this and I really am very excited about this. What is the Beyond Hajj program? It's a program that's been put together with the Hujjaj in mind. You know, we have put a program together which consists of pre-Hajj sessions, classes, one-to-one sessions, drop-in sessions, to make you as prepared as much as possible for this journey of a lifetime. Of course, this continues throughout your Hajj journey. During the days of Hajj, we'll be having sessions in Mina, in Arafah, and also when we return. You know, it's not just that we return and that's it. We're not here to help you. We really do want to help people continue their journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as a result, no matter whatever background you come from, we have various directions we can point you in towards after we come back from Hajj if you want to further your development, be it studies or development or activism. There are so many options, which it's all part of the program. So if you do come on Hajj with us, it will be a huge opportunity for you to be part of this development program, inshallah ta'ala. Booking Hajj 2026 in preparation for sales day. And I think this is where I'd like to bring in Brother Yunus to join us, inshallah, if he's with us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, Dr.
Okay,
Ahmed.
excellent. Okay, Jazakumullah khairan to everyone for attending today. Exciting times. Alhamdulillah, this evening we received confirmation that sales day will now be on the 1st of February. Initially, it was touted for the 3rd of February, and alhamdulillah, they've brought it earlier by a couple of days, which is good in some ways because it's on a Sunday now. So it means in terms of people having to take time off work and obviously have other commitments during the weekdays. At least it's on a weekend, so which helps us a lot. It's also confirmed for 10 a.m., which is 1 p.m. UK Makkah time or Saudi time. So we've been given a time as well. Now, the thing I would say is still just be prepared for change. Just be prepared for change. So the date, I'm assuming, will probably stay the same. But the time might change. Last year, the time initially was touted for the morning, and then a couple of days before it went to the afternoon. So just on Sunday, just have your schedule open. That if we do need to change it last minute, that you're ready to change. Be ready at different times of the day to be able to deal with the system. There's also a possibility that for example, the system crashes, so they close it for a little while and then turn it back on. So the process might take a bit of time as well. So just keep that in mind and consider that when you're making that call or that decision, basically for Sunday. What happens on Sunday, basically? What happens when we go through when sales days come? So the first and foremost, it's important for you to understand how the system works. So previously, before COVID, you'd go to a travel agent, you'd understand what package they're selling, and then you would go and purchase a package from them, basically. At that time, the quota, for example, for the UK was about 25,000 people used to go from the UK for Hajj on an annual basis. I think in 2019, which was the last year pre-COVID, there was about 25,000 people that traveled for Hajj from the UK. Post-COVID, the system changed. The first thing that happened is the actual number of Hujjaj that go from the UK reduced. So what the Saudi government authorities did is that they put the quota based on the number of Muslims that are officially registered in a particular country at 0.01% of the Muslims that are officially registered to live in the country, that are living in a particular country. So in the UK, that takes the quota down to about 3,500 or 4,000 people is the initial quota that's given for people to book on. So, there are about 3,500, 4,000 people will be able to book in phase one of booking of the booking phase. So you can imagine the drop is almost fourfold, like it's 4 or 5-fold the drop in the number of people that can book. So the way to make it fair, what the authorities did is this: we'll have one system, the Nusuk system, which you're all hopefully familiar with now, and you've been dealing with it and trying to register yourselves on it and top up your e-wallets. One system, all the packages are on that system from the different companies that are allowed to sell packages, and everyone, it's on a first come first serve basis basically. So you log into that system on that day and you press purchase. Once you've purchased, if you're one of the first 3,500 people to be able to purchase on that day, alhamdulillah, you've purchased your package. And if you haven't purchased at that stage, we'll speak about what happens after that in one of the later slides, inshallah. So that's an overview of the system. So on that day, you're going to have potentially up to 20,000 people who would normally book on Hajj pre-COVID, trying to book 3,500, packages that are available on that day. So a lot of people say, is it a lottery? No, it's not a lottery in the sense of where, they just pick random names. No, it's about you being ready, you maximizing your opportunities to try and log in on that day and being able to log in and press purchase. We will do a quick run through on how the purchase, how you actually do the purchase. So by this stage, you would have registered on Nusuk. You would have, had a package configured in your basket, which again, I'll ask Zubair to do a run through of that in a few minutes, inshallah. And on that day, you'll log in, you'll go to your basket, you'll click on your basket, your package that you've already pre-configured will be sitting in your basket. Your e-wallet should already be topped up, and you'll press, go through a checkout process of pressing next, purchase, confirm. And once you've pressed that and it goes through, you've purchased your package. And you've purchased not just your package, but the number of people that are on your particular Nusuk booking system. You've purchased enough packages for them basically by that 1 click or 2 clicks that need to take place. But like I mentioned, at that stage, there's another potentially 15 or 20,000 people trying to do exactly the same thing at that same time. So that's where the problems occur, and that's where the potential issues occur. So there are a number of things that you can do pre-sales day preparations to make sure that you're ready for sales day, which is going to come up. The first thing is make sure that you're registered with Nusuk and verified. I'm hoping that everyone here has already gone through this stage and they've got verified. If you haven't been verified by now, it's very, very important that you contact us, and let's go through that process together and let's get you verified in the next day or two. It's very, very important that happens, and normally Nusuk by this week have, like in the last couple of days, they've verified a lot of people that were not verified. So you should have been verified by now. If you haven't, do get in touch with us and message us, and we will help you get verified, get over the line, and get yourself verified. Basically, the second thing you should know by now is what package you want to go for. And when we say what package, you should have your first choice, your second choice, your third choice. So you should have a number of packages that that you're looking at and that you have liked or that you have selected as your preferred packages, as they call it on the Nusuk system. So you'll know that this is my first choice package. If for whatever reason I'm not able to purchase that on the purchase day, I've gone for this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4. So we're suggesting that you have at least 4 packages that you're comfortable with, you're happy to go with. Some packages will set up very quickly, and we'll speak a bit about that as well. And some will take a bit more time. So, you need to be ready on that day. And also, what's very important is you've practiced configuration. So this is the next step. So you've configured your main package, but you're also aware of how to quickly configure a package. So what you don't want is you've logged in, you've looked for your initial package, and that's now sold out. And now you're going to start fumbling and trying to. No, you should know the steps of configuration. Go to your preferred packages, select package number 2, configure, put it into your basket, check out. Because you don't want to be wasting time. Like I said, there's 3,500 places on that day, and there's maybe 15,000 people trying to book them 3,500 places. So time is of essence. The quicker you can do things, and also the system on that day will be logging you out. You'll be logging back in, and it becomes a bit messy because there's 15,000 people from the UK, and then there might be another 15,000 from America, 15,000 from France, 15, and when you add up all them numbers, suddenly there's 20, 30, 40,000 people trying to log in and purchase their own packages on that same time at the same day. So it's quite important that you just look at that, make sure that you're ready. You've got got your first choice. You've configured your first choice. You know how to configure your other choices. As soon as the time comes, you'll only be able to configure one package at the moment, but you know the process. You're used to it. You know which buttons to click. You know how to what you'll select in terms of your camp. You'll know what you're going to be selecting in terms of your bed configurations for the different packages. So that on that day, it becomes an easy process for you. It's something that you've practiced, and you're ready to go on that day, inshallah. Also, by this time, we're hoping that you would have topped up your e-wallet to the amount of your most expensive package. So out of your four choices, you'll look and you'll say, what's the one which is the most expensive one that I'm willing to buy? And then you've topped up your e-wallet to a higher value than that. So we would say, maybe about £100 extra, so maybe about 500 riyals above your, the price of your most expensive package, and the amount that covers for all the people that are, going to on your Nusuk account, basically. So if you've got two people and each package costs, for example, 25,000 riyals or 30,000 riyals each, you've done 60,500 riyals, for example. So, for both people's prices are covered, and you've got a bit extra in there to make sure that, if there are any changes last minute, tweaks to the prices, that you're able to, do purchase. Normally they aren't, but sometimes, for example, tax might go up or something just changes, and it won't be a huge amount. It won't be, you don't need an extra £1,000 in your wallet, but you need your package, the amount for your package price plus a little bit more. The last thing, and this thing goes right at the beginning and it goes right at the end, and we're going to mention it a number of times: make lots of dua and correct your intentions. Make lots of dua, correct your intentions. At the end of the day, we all know that it's not Nusuk, it's not Rawaf, it's not Yunus or Zubair or anyone who's going to get you to Hajj. At the end of the day, it's written from Allah Azza wa Jal. He's the one who decides, he's the one who calls people, he's the one who takes people to Hajj. And so you need to make sure that first and foremost you're asking him, you're constantly making dua: oh Allah, make it easy for us, grant us Hajj, bless us with Hajj. Hajj is a blessing. It's a blessing. To be in Arafah is a blessing. It's the best place you can be on that day. From the whole world, it's the best place. You're at the best place at the best time. So it's a blessing from Allah. So ask him to make it easy for you and correct your intentions. Why am I doing this? Oh Allah. So even the stress that you're facing, the money you're spending, everything you're going through is linked to reward for you, inshallah. So it's very, very important that you take them a few steps and you make sure that you are ready for that. Zubair, do you want to do a run through of how to configure a package and just show where the basket is?
Yeah, sure. Just give me 1 minute when I relog
Okay,
into
I'll do
Nusuk. Yeah.
the next slide, and then we'll come to you, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, so that's in terms of preparing for sales day. Let me I can't click on the next slide. Oh, I can. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, so in terms of how do you important considerations that will help you maximize your chances of booking. So the first one, again, so we've just finished the last one with making dua. Again, make dua, make lots of dua, and ensure that you're ready to make sure that you're asking Allah and that you're correcting your intentions. The second thing is, our advice is choose a package from a company that's quota is, it's got a larger quota. Look, the simple thing is there's a number of quotas in play on that day. We've got what's called the overall Nusuk quota, which is about 65,000 packages in total that they'll sell around the world. Then you've got a country quota. So those from the UK, like we mentioned, it's about 3,500 to 4,000 packages that will be available for those people from the UK. So that we're limited to that. That's these two things we can't change. I can't change it. Rawaf can't change it. We can't change it. You can't change it. It's something which is outside of our hands. The third thing is within the Nusuk system, different companies have been given different quotas. Now, Rawaf is the company that's been given the highest quota this year for 2026, basically, right? So now a company that's got more quota, there's more chance of you being able to book with them. So pick a company. There's some companies that have got less. Some companies have got a lot less. Some companies have got, like, for example, 6,000 packages. Some have got 3,000. So look for companies that have got the most quota, basically. So Rawaf, like we said, is one of the is the highest company in that for this year. And then also think about different options that you have within packages. So when we did our package 360, you would have heard us saying that, for example, the Mu'asim camp has got, almost four times the capacity of, the Majr Kabsh camp. Now, Majr Kabsh is closer, is to the Jamarat, is more luxurious, but your chances, if it sells out, then you've got to go back and start messing around with your packages and, go through checkout again. So be ready. So think about how important is this factor, if it reduces my chances of being able to book for Hajj for this year, basically. So just consider some of these factors. The second thing is in terms of room configurations, the first rooms that get sold out is the twin rooms and the double rooms, and then the triple rooms, and then the quad rooms. So also consider that, okay, is it safer for me just to select quad rooms and risk, maybe, getting up, like going for the upgrade with Rawaf, through Rawaf later on, with a risk that might not happen or that might happen, or shall I, stick to my double room and make sure. And by the way, different people have different answers to this, because if I'm someone who definitely wants a double room, and it'll be very, very difficult for my Hajj not to do it in a double room, then I might say, no, I need to go. Or if I'm someone who can only walk a very short distance, and it'll be very difficult because I've got elderly people with me to be a mu'asim, then I will go for Majal Kabsh. But you've got to weigh some of these factors up. Remember, the big larger the quota at every stage, the easier or the more chance you've got of not facing a brick wall of this element sold out and having to go back and reconfigure and to restart, redo some of the process, basically. And time on that day is of essence. Same thing with flights. If you go for group flights, like we mentioned previously when we were doing the package configurations, you might find that the custom flights are slightly cheaper. You might find that you get better dates or better connections, etc. But on that day, it will take you 3 to 5 minutes to select your custom flight. That might be the difference between you purchasing a package and your quota for the country being sold out, or the package quota being sold out, or a number of factors. So have all this in mind when you're making decisions. So our advice is go for the widest. Try, unless you're very restricted, go for the widest. Go for Muaisim, go for quad if you can, go for group flights. It'll save you time. It'll make sure that you're spending slightly more. You may be, we don't know how the GDS system will be on that day, and will the prices go higher or lower, or what will be available, what will not be available. But at least with this way, my package pre-configured. I go in, I press, go to the basket, I press pay, and my package purchase is done. So these are all factors that to keep in mind and to think about when you're doing it. So these will help you improve the chances of doing purchasing on that day, inshallah. So these factors will help you improve your chances of purchasing on that day. On sales day itself, key things, again, make dua, spend time in the morning making dua, asking Allah to make it easy for you, to reward you, to make sure your intentions are correct. Be ready, your device is charged. Try and use a laptop, have your phone, have different devices ready. So, if one is failing, have strong internet connection. You don't want, you manage to log in and your internet's playing up, or you've got multiple people connected to your internet on that day, and suddenly you've got, issues. Be ready to use Wi-Fi or mobile connection. Last year, there was a stage where people were finding it easy to log in via mobile connection and, not through Wi-Fi. And then some people were saying no through Wi-Fi. So have both options ready. So as soon as you're ready, that you're able to, that you're able to use both options. And the other thing is, Some lot of people ask, can we log in before, before 10 a.m., and be ready? So normally what they do is they reset the system. So we are going to say to you, log in by 9:30, be ready. But just in case they don't reset the system, for the last 2 years, about 2 minutes to 10, or just before 10 o'clock, they log everyone out, and then you have to re-log in again. Again, just to make it fair for everyone and to make sure that everyone is able to log in on that day, in a fair way. So to make it fair, they do log everyone out, and then you have to log back into, to start purchasing your packages, basically. So it's quite important that just have these things in mind, be ready, on them days to do some of these things, inshallah. So these are some of the potential issues and solutions that we came up with. How do I know if my purchase has been successful? What will happen is it's like, if you're purchasing something from Amazon or anywhere else, you'll go through, the basket, you'll select purchase. Once you click purchase, it will go through. And sometimes last year, when people, the round little circle thing that normally happens when you're making a purchase, it froze basically. And people are sometimes waiting 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We just say stay on the screen until you get the confirmation screen come up saying that your purchase has been done, or you get an email from Nusuk saying you've purchased the package. There was a few there was a few situations, particularly later on, like, so not at the beginning, but when it went a bit later, where the purchasing you weren't able to do, so you didn't receive an email and people didn't receive the confirmation screen because the system froze or the system started crashing. And then when people logged back in, they saw that in their wallet that the money had been reduced. Again, another sign that your purchase has been done. So if your money is gone from your wallet, then you know that your purchase has been done. But you need to just keep in mind that you probably heard and you'll probably hear from now till you go to Hajj, that Hajj is all about patience. That starts from now, basically. You need to be patient on that day. When you're clicking things, click it once. Don't keep clicking, because you'll just cause the system to crash more, and sometimes you'll get logged out, and you'll call if they think that you're hacking the system or something, they'll put stops on you. So just very important that you just take your time, be patient, do things calmly, and inshallah, it will happen. OTPs. So last year there was a huge problem with. Now, when you log into Nusuk, Zubair will show us that, you're asked, once you put your username and your password in, it sends you a code on your phone or your email. I think it's on your email that you get a code. Last year, what was happening is the code was taking a long time to come, and by the time it arrived, you would, the time had expired. So then you'd request another code, and people were in this constant loop. So very important when obviously that was fed back to Nusuk, and they said they fixed it, and this time the time will be extended to 15 minutes before your OTP expires, so which gives you enough time. But don't keep requesting OTPs, because what will happen is once you've done your first one, so once that does eventually arrive, by the time that arrives, you've requested another one, so that one is now being cancelled, and then you have to wait for the second one. So request it once, wait. On that day, we will have a live Zoom dropping session. We'll ask people just to log in to be ready. And we will, as we're hearing information, we will update you. We'll advise you basically what's going on. So sometimes, we'll be speaking to Rawaf, we'll be speaking to other groups, just trying to understand what's going on, is something working, not working, different challenges every year. And we will keep you updated. So we'll give you advice, or we might say, okay, look, try and switch to mobile data rather than Wi-Fi. That seems to be working for a lot of people, or try this or try that. So just be ready, be prepared. But the key thing is, don't, keep pressing buttons. Don't keep, just be patient, and it will come, inshallah. Nusuk could crash. It did happen last year where, the system crashed, and it just started logging everyone out. So be patient, be ready for it. What if I don't get to purchase on that day? So if you don't get to purchase on that day and the quota finishes for that day, alhamdulillah, hope is not lost. Last year they had 2 phases of sales, 2 phases for the UK of sales, and they had 3 phases in total. So what happens is Nusuk will allow sales to take place on that day, and they'll leave sales open for those countries that don't sell out for a few more days. Last year, I think it was up to maybe even 10 days that they left it open. And then after that, any packages that are left over, any visa quotas that are left over, they'll redistribute them to countries where packages sold out very quickly. That's normally UK, France, USA, Australia. So they'll redistribute the packages, the visas to that, and they'll open up another phase of sales. So whatever you do, don't just lose hope. If you weren't able to purchase, we will have a webinar with those who were able to purchase and those who weren't able to purchase on that day to just give you updates of what happens next, basically. And we will keep you updated as to the next phase of sales. And a lot of people, in fact, probably for maybe the quota almost doubled between phase one and phase two. So the initial phase, like we mentioned, the initial quota was about 3,500 Hujjaj from the UK, and then the total was probably about 6 or 7,000 that managed to travel from the UK because they gave another 3,000 odd visas where people were able to purchase in phase two. So very, very important that you don't start taking your money out your e-wallet. Don't give up hope. Don't give up on your dua. Be patient. Inshallah, if you don't manage to have, if it doesn't happen in phase one, inshallah, it'll happen in phase two. And you just need to go with the system, be patient, and inshallah, it'll all work out for the best. So on that day, like I mentioned, we will have before that day, we've got one-to-one sessions, and we're here to advise you, to give you any feedback, anything you need, any help you need in terms of picking a package. If you need any information in terms of your Nusuk or your e-wallet, we're here to support you. On that day, we'll have a drop-in session, which will probably start about 45 minutes before 10 a.m., so about 9:15. And we ask people normally to log in about 9:30, and just if you've got any questions, anything, we'll just keep you updated with what's going on, how things are going. If packages, for example, a particular package sells out, that from Rawaf, we'll tell you, look, this package is now sold out, go to another one, and so on. And also, we ask you to keep us updated. If you manage to purchase, let us know that we managed to purchase so that we can update our records and our system. And also, if you've got any tips, anything that you think worked for you, let us know so that we can help and advise others as well on that day, inshallah ta'ala. Zubair, if I hand over to you to the demo, possible, please.
Yeah, yes, sure. Give me 1 second. Let me just load up my window. But Yunus, if there are any questions that you can see while I load up my Nusuk, feel free to answer. Typical that the Nusuk site is maybe down again. Okay, it's just very slow to load today. Okay, just log in. Right, so as Yunus was saying, the OTP looks like this. Yeah, so it should usually goes to your email straight away. Just confirming that you can all hear me, by the way. Just
Yes, yeah, we
okay,
can.
sure, okay, yeah. So you should get the code straight away. So the code for me, just for security. Yeah. Right. So this is once you log in, you'll see your dashboard, and from the dashboard, you can go to the packages option on the top menu there. And it's there's a few ways of finding a package. You can either use the filter function here if you want to see a variety of packages depending on your requirements. So, for example, packages that only include group flights, if that's all you want to pick. The type of package, luxury, premium, standard, the category type. Then you've got accommodation rating as well, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star residential building, proximity to the haram, zone A. So you can go through all of these if you wish to see a selection of packages. Alternatively, if you know the name of the package that you want to book. So, for example, if it's one of the two that we are supporting, so for example, Rawaf 143, Rawaf 403, you type it all in uppercase and then you just hit search. And then within a few seconds, it should show up. So what you can do from these search results, you can click the heart icon to make it one of your preferred packages. There's a difference between preferred packages and your configured package. You can have more than one preferred package on your list, but you can only configure one package at a time. So once you've configured a package and it's in your basket, you cannot configure another package unless you empty your basket. Yep. So if you've already got a package configured and you try to configure another one, it will prompt you to say, would you like to discard your original configured package? If so, please empty your basket to continue. So from here, you can see just the top line information we got related to packages. So this is the 403 Zone A, number of nights, and you can actually see how many people have preferred this package. This is not the quota. Yep. So it does give an indication of how popular a package may be, but it's not an indication of quota in any way whatsoever. So don't get so caught up in that number. But it's sometimes good to compare between packages. If you've got a few packages, then you can see which ones are more preferred than others. And then there's a starting price in Saudi riyals.
Zubair, so
Yes.
just on that note,
Mm.
there are a few packages, like for example, our 162 package, which is the luxury package that, one of the luxury packages that we were recommending people. Alhamdulillah has, got quite a lot of people that have preferred it and have configured it. So what Rawaf asked, we've asked them for a list of packages where there's more spaces. So if people haven't already selected, configured a package, then we'll give some maybe other package numbers on the group that, that they can consider and they can look at, and that we will also try and support basically throughout the journey, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
Jazakallah khair. So going back to this Rawa 403 Tilal 5 star. So on the next stage, you can then see a detailed description of the package itself. It's quite a long description there, which you can read in your own time, talking about the hotels, the dates of the package. So we've got here from the 14th of May up until the 2nd of June, and then the number of nights and how those nights are broken down. So it's 16 nights in Mecca and 3 nights in Medina. And then there's the package type and the zones mentioned there. Accommodation, so there's some descriptions regarding the hotels that are associated with the package, and you can read that to get more of an understanding, and you can see the dates where you'll be at each hotel. Yep. So Tilal 17th to 21st, the Al SE in Mecca from the 21st to the 2nd, and then the Misk Hotel in Medina from the 14th to the 17th. Yep. You can view the services for each of the hotels if you wish as well. And then there's more details about the package itself. Now you'll see that there is a key system here, a legend system. So the green tick will show what's included in the package. The grey dash icon says it's not included, and then the dollar icon is available at with additional fees. So the price that you're seeing here is excluding flights, which is why the air travel here at the moment is showing as an additional fee. And then you've got other things that are included, for example, the visa, the accommodation, transportation between cities and within the Mashair, catering and so on, and other things that you can see that are included. Some things that you can add later on, which are included, for example, a wheelchair and so on. So you can take a look at this in detail if you wish to compare it with other packages as well. There's some details of the cancellation policy, so within how many days and hours you can cancel and get either 100% refund or less than 100%. So please make note of the key dates there if you wish, if that is something that you have to do for whatever reason. And important note about refunds is that there is a 2.3% charge for any processing fee for any refunds that are issued. So just bear that in mind if you do have to refund any amounts. And there's a rough timeline of the refund policy there in terms of dates. Yep. Uh, the contact details for Nusuk are all there that we maybe some of us are very familiar with, and then we can go to the next page to configure the next part of the package. So this is where you'll be presented with the camps that are available. So in this particular camp, it's only the Muaisin camp that's available. On the Rawaf 162 camp package, we also have the option of the Al-Kabsh camp. So you'll have an option to choose one of the two camps from this page here. And you can see the price that it is, and it just adds on to your total there. So then you've got a summary of your total so far on the package with the camp included. You're then presented with the room options for each of the hotels. So, as we've mentioned a few times in the webinars, you may not see all of the room options available. So, for example, in this situation, you can only see a double and a quadruple available in the Tilal hotel, but then only the triple and the quadruple in the Al Essi hotel in Mecca, and then in Misk hotel again the triple and the quadruple. So it's really, as Brother Yunus said, you really need to decide what you really need to have and what you can possibly maybe compromise on depending on how much you need it as well. For example, maybe you'd select a double room in the first hotel in Tilal, and then you're okay with having a quad room in the latter hotels, for example, or a triple room. Now, just a point to note here, some questions people have asked in the triple rooms and the quad rooms, you'll be allocated with, the brothers will be kept with brothers in those rooms, and sisters will be kept in sisters in those rooms as well. I know some people have asked that question. Another important point to mention here is the plus icon here. You should increase it up to the number of people that are on your booking. So my profile only has myself on it, so I can only select one. When I select one, then the plus arrow grays out. However, if you've got two people or three people on your booking, then you will still have to increase that number to the amount of people on your booking. Otherwise, you'll only be booking for one as opposed to three. So very, very important to note this down when you do select your rooms to go up to the maximum that it allows you to do so that you all have got a room allocated basically. So I've got here one quad in all of the three hotels. And then the total then updates with the price there. Then if you do need a wheelchair, there's an option to add it on here free of charge. But this is the wheelchair itself, but in terms of having somebody to correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Yunus, but it doesn't necessarily include someone to help you. That's why you'll have to still have someone to travel with you to help you on the wheelchair.
That's correct, yes. So the Rawaf will provide you with a wheelchair,
Mhm,
but in terms of the assistance to push the wheelchair and so on, unfortunately, that's not provided. So you'll have to have someone traveling with you who's able to, if you're not able to walk or if you'll find it difficult to walk, that you'll have to have someone with you who can actually do that element, inshallah.
mhm. And sorry, and the Adahi here, this is referring to the Udhiyah, the Qurbani, which is not an option now. It's something, will it be available on Nusuk website later on, Yunus? Or
No, so we'll provide the details regarding that post booking, inshallah,
Mhm.
and we'll go through that in much more detail later on after bookings, inshallah.
Sure. Okay, so there's no need to worry about if your Adahi section looks like this, then that's normal, not to be concerned if it shows like that for you. And then the next stage, when it does load, is now this is the flight section, obviously a very important part of the booking. So now there are two options when it comes to booking flights for your packages. Either you go with the flights that are already associated with the package. So for example, here there are there is the London flight that is already associated with the package, and you can see the details of the flight when you click the more details. So you can see the exact time of departure, times of transfers, arrival times, flight numbers. You can look at all the details to see if it works or not, number of stops, and even with the return as well back to London. Uh, there is the option of also doing a custom flight. And this is then when you will search flights from maybe a different city that's more suited for you, maybe different dates. But of course, please bear in mind the important information that was mentioned earlier is that what you may choose a flight now, but two things. Number one, the price that you see today will most likely change on sales day, just due to the nature of algorithm and flight prices. And secondly, when this flight configured flight will only be on your basket for a certain amount of time. Come sales day, you'll have to reselect the package. So you have to factor in another 15-20 minutes to select that flight. So if it is a must that you have to have a custom flight for whatever reason, maybe you're flying from a different city, then note down the exact details of that flight, the date, the time, the departure city, even flight numbers and so on. So that way, on the sales day itself, you can select that exact flight without having to, search again or search from the beginning again. So please do make note of that. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will select the flight that's associated with the package, and then the price then updates to this of 3,422 Saudi riyals. There's options for transportation. We recommend, if you want to stay with the group, to select the package transportation. So you click package transportation, and that will automatically select it for both when you from Jeddah to Medina, and also the other legs of your journey as well, so Makkah to Jeddah and so on. So this is will all be included in the package. As we said earlier, all other transport within the Mashaa'ir, the shuttle service, are all included in the package. And then there's just your program names, passport numbers, a summary of what the accommodation that you've selected, the camp that you've selected, the flight that you've selected, the transportation associated with the package, the services associated with the package, as we were presented at the beginning of the configuration, a reminder on the cancellation policy. So do read this in detail so you know, take note of important dates. So for example, the 18th, after the 18th of April, there's no refund at all. So have that date in mind should any issues arise in your situation. And then we have the total price there, and you hit save configuration. Uh, this configuration will be saved and ready for you to purchase once reservation made available. Note, custom flights will not be saved as prices could be changed once reservations are made available. Make sure you top up your wallet with sufficient funds. I've hit OK. And now, if you can see on the top right in my basket, I've got my package that I've configured there. And I can, if I want to make any further changes, I can. If I want to remove it, I,
So on sales day, a person will log in and they'll go, if you've already pre-configured, you'll go straight to your basket.
yeah.
You'll click on the basket. Because your e-wallet is already topped up, so where Zubair's e-wallet had a red dot, you'll have a green dot that will, tell you that your e-wallet's sufficiently topped up. Click on the basket. And then where it says configure package, you'll see something that says purchase package. You'll click on that and you'll go through the checkout process basically. So it's as simple as that. You log into your dashboard, you'll go straight to your basket, you'll click on purchase package, and you'll just go through the checkout process to check out your package. That's already been put in your basket. It's ready to go basically. So that's why it's so important that you miss all these steps. So if you look, Zubair's just taken just say 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes in going through the configuration process. Obviously, he was just because he was explaining it, so it was a bit longer, but it would, let's say it would take 5 minutes at the very least to go from one page to another. And that's when the system is already clogged up. So as when websites are clogged up and you're clicking next and it's just taking another extra minute or 30 seconds and you're trying to you're tempted to press next again a few times just to move it and then ends up logging you out. So it's so important that you're pre-configured, you're ready, you go into that basket. What gives you the maximum chance to be able to purchase on that day is that to be able to go into the basket, click on that button, purchase, and just go through the couple of steps that are required to go from basket to purchase basically. So that's why we strongly recommend that you go for the group flights, go for maximum availability wherever possible, and know which ones. If you go to the basket and you go to purchase and it says package sold out or package capacity reached or whatever, you'll go back to your dashboard, your packages. You go back to packages. Just show us again. So we go to packages. You'll filter by preferred packages. So if you go to the filter, you'll see preferred packages only. Your preferred packages will come up. You'll click on the next one and you'll quickly go through the configuration process again. So this is why we say practice, practice, practice. So and you've got your 4 or 5, 3 or 4 preferred packages ready. You'll click on the next one and you're moving basically. You don't want to be thinking on that day. You don't want to be considering, okay, should I go for this or shall I? No, you should know beforehand which packages to go for and be ready to, to purchase them packages, inshallah, on that day. So that would, again, these are just tips to help you maximize, the opportunity to be able to purchase on that day and to make it easy for you, to yeah, just to try and make it easy for you and to make sure that you're able to get that process done as smoothly as possible. Should we go for some questions?
Yeah, sure. I think there's been a few questions regarding the whole double room, and if the double room's not available,
Yeah.
then booking the quad room. Can we explain that again?
Yeah, sure. So look, some of the packages have double rooms and some have double rooms in particular hotels and not in other hotels. Now, last year, Rawaf had no double rooms in any hotels at the Nusuk stage. And the reason why they did that is just to make it easier for people just to look, pick a quad room and we'll sort it out after purchase. Maximize your chances. Let's get you into, a Hajj place and then we can try and upgrade to the different options. This year, they've already made available double rooms, in not in all packages, but in most packages, there's some double rooms available. My suggestion to you guys is if you want to go for a double room and there's a double room option, configure it as a double room. And to have in mind that what you'll do is once you've purchased, even if you've purchased a quad basis and you want to upgrade to a double room, you'll contact us straight after purchase and you'll say, I've purchased this package. We've purchased on a quad basis. We want to upgrade to a double room. We will send that request off to Rawaf. And once all the purchasing is done, so it won't happen immediately. It will probably take a few weeks, if not a month, basically. But once all purchasing is done and we've gone through the whole purchasing phase and both phases have done, Rawaf will contact the hotels and things have settled down. Rawaf will contact the hotels and say, look, we've got these clients that want to, these Hujjaj that want to upgrade to a double room. Give us a price, and then we will come back to you. They'll come back to us. We'll come back to you, and we'll go through the process of getting you upgraded to a double room. Like I mentioned last year, alhamdulillah, everyone who requested the double room and were happy to pay the price for a double room were upgraded to double rooms, basically. So there was no issues in that last year, and that's inshallah, we're hoping that it'll be similar to that this year, inshallah ta'ala. If you definitely want, double room and the options there, click on it, and that will guarantee. Once you click on it and you purchase it, it's guaranteed. And you've purchased it, you've paid whatever you paid, and there's no changing after that. Most times there's no changing, with Rawaf, inshallah, there's no changings after that. I've heard with other companies that, afterwards they had some issues or whatever, but with Rawaf, alhamdulillah, they'll under promise and over deliver, but not go the other way, inshallah. So, that's why we won't have that issue, inshallah ta'ala.
Jazakallah
And like,
khair.
like you mentioned, if
Mhm.
someone books on a quad basis and you don't upgrade for whatever reason, you don't want to pay the extra money, or for whatever reason it wasn't available in a particular hotel, then what will happen is the sisters will be with the sisters and the brothers will be with the brothers, unless there's a family of 4 that are mahram and are able to stay together, in which case Rawaf will try and accommodate them as a family in a family room, basically.
Yeah. There's one important point I forgot to mention regarding Nusuk. Like for example, today when I logged in, there was the health declaration that you had to acknowledge. So these things could pop up before sales day. So it's worth, and I'm sure people will anyway, log in on a daily basis. If there are any policies or any T's and C's that you need to acknowledge, you'd rather acknowledge, accept them now than have to do that on sales day, because that will just add another step on sales day, which you don't want to do. So
Exactly, yeah.
do continue to log in on a daily basis if there is anything outstanding on your profile to check. Always check also that your profile is still verified. You never know, la qadar Allah, anything happens, but just keep checking that your profile's verified as well. And that way, at least then come Sunday, you don't have any surprises, inshallah. Going back to the questions, I hope Yunus, by you're ready. We have quite a few
Yep.
there, inshallah.
Bismillah.
Ideally, how many packages should we think about? Is it two? Is two or three enough?
Yes, I would say your first choice, that's one you're going to configure and do three more. I would say do three more. At the end of the day, it's not you're not purchasing anything, you're not, committing to anything. It just means that if you don't get one, you go to two, you don't get two, you go to three, you don't get three, you go to four, basically. So you're ready, like, to make them choices. It's just information, it's just, you being prepared, and it's not going to be inshallah, it won't be overkill, and it won't be it also gives you a safety net.
Um, is it okay to be logged into more than one device at the same time?
I don't think so. First and foremost, you'll get logged out before, like we said, both last year and the year before. Everyone was logged out just before purchase time. So you're going to get logged out. If you can I'm not sure if you can log in with two devices. If you can, feel free to do so. But if you get logged, you will get logged out. And what I would say is, if your OTP hasn't come, don't try and request it at the same time from two different devices, because then you might crash one with the other and the other with the other, basically. So just try with one device, unless on that day we're saying to you, okay, go for mobile phones, they seem to be working. And by the way, that does happen. Browsers make a difference. Last year, Google Chrome seemed to be working better than other browsers. So just have that in mind. Maybe we'll send out some of these tips as well on the 163 group. The new group, that the 5357 group, basically, the new group that's been created. And again, feel free to ask questions in that group. We're going to open it up so you can ask questions, and we can have discussions. And on that day, we'll use that group as the main kind of comms on top of the Zoom, to send in information out, any tips that are coming, and just before that, we'll send tips on that group as well, inshallah. So if you haven't already joined that group, please do so. And but before you'll be allowed to join, you'll be asked to just verify that you are, looking to go Hajj this year, and so we can focus on those people who are looking to go Hajj and are looking to travel with Rawaf this year with us, inshallah. Yep.
Jazakallah khair. What if we don't get the Rihlat supported packages and end up having another package? Would we still have the required support?
Yeah, so if you're booking with Rawaf, what will happen is, once you've purchased the package, Rawaf will ask you, who were you guided by? They'll send you what they call a survey, but they'll ask you lot of information, and a part of the information is, who was the guide, which guide were you guided by, and that's where you will say RG5 5737. And that code will link you to us, basically. That'll link you to our program, the Beyond Hajj program. That'll link you to the likes of myself, Zubair, Shafiq, and the other brothers that I mentioned, and more. Last year I think we had about five or six guides that traveled with us in total. Other mashayikh will join us, etc. Last year we had a session with we had Mufti Menk came and delivered a session for us, and we had a number of mashayikh that came and were part of the program, basically. And we plan to do the same this year again. So if you want to be a part of that guidance, but it has to be one of the Rawaf packages. It can't be, because if you book from outside the Rawaf, that means that your whole ecosystem is different. If you book another package within the Rawaf ecosystem and you want to be within our guidance system, then we can manage that with Rawaf, and we can work on that with Rawaf to make sure that you're benefiting from that. But if it's outside of the ecosystem, then we haven't got the comms with the other companies that we're able to do that with, inshallah. But definitely, if you are, then please, we'll put up on the screen the code. Just make sure that you utilize that code once you've done the purchase, and we'll build on it from there, inshallah. And Zubair's put it into the group as well. Yeah.
Jazakallah khair. In phase two, if there is a phase two, will it be the same packages?
There will definitely be a phase two, inshallah. In terms of will it be the same packages? It depends if the packages have been sold out. So those packages that are sold out obviously will no longer be available. But there will be the remaining packages will be the same. That will be that will be available. So when I'm saying there won't be any extra packages added to the system, It'll be one of the current packages that haven't been sold out will be will be made available inshallah. But what we'll do is even on that day, like I said, we will keep you updated as to how package sales are going. Okay, this one sold out, go for this one. We will introduce a couple of new packages, hopefully tonight or tomorrow, onto the WhatsApp group. Where there are, we know that there are, additional spaces available, and that we'll try to support them packages as well. So just keep an eye out for that. And after phase one, we will also go through again with you to tell you, look, this is how many places are left in this package. This is how many places are left in this package, so that you can, go through the packages again, look at which options, and we'll recommend some packages for you as well, inshallah ta'ala.
Brothers and sisters, I know some of you asked questions about our packages. We will go through our packages after a few more questions, inshallah. So please do bear with us. We will do a brief overview of the packages that we are supporting. Question here: will there be any transport for Tawaf Ifada?
So last year, the Ministry of Hajj were providing two options for Tawaf Ifada. One is the Ministry of Hajj were providing a free bus service from Mina, from where our tents were, to the Haram every day. They did that on I think they didn't do it on the 10th, they did it on the 11th and the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, not on the 13th yet, 11th and 12th. They provided 24 hours, I think it was 24 hours, literally from the morning. People were jumping on the buses, take you straight to the Haram, and I think they were even bringing you back from there. So that's one option. Option two, like we spoke about in the package 360, and we'll do a package 360 again on Thursday, I believe we're doing it again. Where Jamarat ends, straight after that, there's a bus service again that takes you straight to the Haram. Again, a free bus service. You just queue up, and it takes you to the Haram, and then again from the Haram you can get a bus back to the Jamarat. And for those who are on the Ibis package, that's very very close to the end. The bus is very very close, which is to the Ibis Hotel basically, and that's one of the reasons why we chose that package as one of the supported packages for this year basically. So it's so yes, we won't be providing transport ourselves, but what there are options there, and them options actually are probably better than us providing packages, because especially the buses that from outside the Ibis or near Ibis, they actually have what we're used to having, a bus lane where no cars are allowed on that route, no additional buses specifically for them buses. So them buses are getting to the Haram within 15 minutes. Literally, by the time you get on a bus, 15 minutes you're in the Haram. You jump on a bus on the way back, 15 minutes you're back at the hotel or near the hotel basically. Which is fantastic, because sometimes you jump in a car, it might take you an hour and a half to get to the Haram. At that stage, you jump on a normal coach and you're going through the traffic of Mecca, and it might take you an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours to get, to the Haram. But that bus service was absolutely a game changer. It was the first year, last year was the first year that they introduced it, and from what we understand, they'll be having it again this year. So both options will be available, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll go through them in much more detail throughout the journey, inshallah.
Right, which packages are recommended from UK? Will you be doing a pre-Hajj seminar in the UK?
So we will be doing a pre-Hajj seminar in the UK. Rawaf will be doing a pre-Hajj seminar, and we will also do a pre-Hajj seminar in the UK, inshallah, before we leave, for those people who are traveling with us. And in regards to which packages, so Zubair will go through a couple of the packages, and we'll also recommend a couple more packages this evening, inshallah, or tomorrow morning, so that you've got some options to consider, inshallah ta'ala.
Jazakallah khair. Quite a generic question. Makkah or Medina first, which would be better? A hotel near Haram or Mina recommended, and shifting or non-shifting?
Okay, we spoke about this in the package 360, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'll say just try and join this webinar on Thursday, and we will try, and go through all them, all three of the questions are covered in that, in that session, inshallah. But both have, every one of them options that you've discussed have advantages and disadvantages. As Makkah has advantages for, Medina has Makkah first and Medina first, both have advantages and disadvantages. For example, when you go Makkah first, when you go Medina after Hajj, it's quite quiet. You've done your Hajj. Makkah is very busy still at that stage. You go to Medina, you've got the serenity of Medina. You're relaxed. When you go before Hajj, nowadays it's quite full. So Medina's busy, and you're again, it depends on how far before you're going to Medina as well. So there's lots of factors that are in this, even with shifting and non-shifting. We spoke about it. Shifting. Obviously, you've got the fact that you're going to be changing two hotels in Mecca. So you've got check in, check out, which is a process which is going to take time, which is brings about additional stress. Non-shifting, you don't have that. But non-shifting, you're normally next to the haram, so you're quite insular. You're not able to have, for example, lectures in person. You're not allowed to do a lot of the things that you can do on a shifting package. So there's advantage, disadvantage. We'll speak about it in much more detail. I think also as well, if we can send out the on the new group, if we can send out the slides that we used for and the recording. So if people do want to watch it beforehand, they can do that. Just check the recording and also see the slides that have a lot of the detail on them, inshallah.
Yeah, sure, inshallah. Question here. If I have my package configured in my shopping basket and it has a group flight, then is that just simply me clicking purchase once I log in on Sunday, or will I need to configure it again? Will Nusuk reset my basket?
Okay, so in theory, no, Nusuk will not reset your basket, and on that day you'll just go in, click, 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 and you'll be done, inshallah. You'll go to your basket and you'll be done. But what did happen last year, I believe, was all packages were suddenly taken out of the basket, a couple of days before or something like this. Again, no, because Nusuk, what they do is they're constantly doing updates and they're doing, what I call messing around with the system. I think what's important is we will keep you updated. Like Zubair mentioned, log in daily. Just make sure your package is still in the basket. Everything's still in the place like it was supposed to be. Any new terms and conditions have been clicked, and you're ready. So just log in daily. You've got 5 days now. Before purchase day. So log in every day. Just have a look around. Make sure that you're happy with everything. And if anything changes officially, we will notify you. To stay on the groups, connected with us, and we will notify you, inshallah ta'ala.
There's a question here. I've heard we need to change our emails to something other than a Gmail account because it will take longer to get the OTP with a Gmail account. How should
No, we didn't. No, we didn't notice that last year or anything to do with that. So no, and at this stage, I wouldn't start messing around with email accounts and stuff like this because we're quite close to purchase date. And if something, for example, if it does need to be re-verified by Nusuk or something happens, then you don't be in a position where you're not able to do anything like that. Inshallah.
Mhm. Is it cheaper to book a double room now or later?
Um, Honestly, answer that. I can't answer that at this stage because I don't know. Is the it should be the same price. It should be the same price. But I can't say that with certainty. So I can just say, I'm assuming it'll be the same price, but I can't say that with certainty.
Mm. Should I put the Adahi money from now in the wallet or can I do that later after I purchase?
And don't put it into the wallet. Last year, we recommended people that they purchased it outside of the system. We will speak about all the different options. You've got a number of options. We provided a service where with Nusuk, once you purchase it, as far as I know, they don't notify you that it's been done. And especially for those people who are concerned about the order of the stoning, the shaving the hair, and then the udhiyah and taking off your ihram, they want to know when it's been done, basically. So we had a service provider who notified us once, the sacrifice was done, so that we can notify the Hujjaj who booked it for us. So we'll speak about that in much more detail later on. I would say don't put the money in for the Udhiyah now, and just wait for us to notify you regarding that post booking, inshallah ta'ala.
Mhm. And question just to confirm, are our chances better if we stick to quad rooms?
Uh, yes, in the sense of there's more availability. So the twin rooms out, what will happen is, imagine it takes you, let's say, 20 minutes to log in because your OTP is not coming, or it's just the system's messing around. In that 20 minutes, it's possible that you log on and there's still twin rooms available and there's no problems at all. Or in that 20 minutes, it's possible that twin rooms have sold out and now you've got to go back, configure your package into a quad room, and then go through the checkout process again. So this is the risk. This is the detail of the risk, basically, to just to consider at that stage. Now, I know people who purchased the double room without problems, basically. But I also know that double rooms and twin rooms, are the first to get sold out. So just keep that in mind. Keep both, but just keep that into things. So in essence, I think if you go for the quad option, your chances increase. But it doesn't mean that if you go for twin option, you're not going to be able to do a purchase basically on that day. It just means that your chances decrease slightly, basically, just for the fact that you might be they sell out faster. They sell out faster than the quad options, yeah, and there's less available. There's less available.
There's a couple of questions here regarding how much should we top up in the e-wallet? How much extra can the e-wallet be topped up more than
Yeah,
once?
so I would say look at your four choices. Let's say we say to people, look at four options for your packages, and imagine in option one, your package is 30,000 riyals. We're including flight, let's say 40,000 riyals. And option two is 60,000 riyals including flight. So then you'll top up to 60,000 riyals plus 500 riyals, extra. So let's say 60,500 riyals. So whatever the most expensive package option you're going for is, including flight price plus 500 riyals, I'd say. And if if you want to be safe, let's say 300 riyals per person. So if you've got four people, maybe just do 1,000 riyals, extra. So you're safe, inshallah.
Do we know yet which of the two packages Sheikh Farid will be on?
We don't know. So Sheikh Farood will be supporting any packages that we've got. Sheikh Farood will be supporting them packages, inshallah. Yeah. So any package that Rawaf allocate to us, Sheikh Farood will be, supporting them with other mashayikh that will be, around at that time as well. Like I mentioned, we had a number of mashayikh visiting in Mina. We're all together. The lectures will be, done from beforehand. Obviously, everyone's involved in the lectures and everyone will be a part of the program. And even during Hajj, everyone will get the sheikhs will be moving around to different packages like they did last year, delivering lectures and delivering reminders and getting people ready for Hajj, inshallah. So you don't need to worry about, oh, we're not going to get the sheikh, with us at a particular junction, inshallah.
Some related questions to that. Will there be support in Al-Qabsh camp?
Yes, yeah. So Rawaf will have guides as well, and last year we had one of our guide was with our group, that our supported package last year. Brother Jamil Rashid was with them and was throughout, and then the sheikhs visited again to deliver reminders and so on, basically, inshallah.
Um,
And
okay,
last, I
yeah.
mean, just to elaborate on the Beyond Hajj program, that although we've got Sheikh Farid's face on the program, like last year we had lectures that were delivered by, for example, Sheikh Sajid Umar, by like I mentioned, Mufti Menk came to the hotel and delivered a lecture in person to there. Then we had Sheikh Abu Taymiyyah visiting Major camp and delivered some stuff there. So at different stages, we will have different mashayikh also coming and visiting and delivering, different parts of the program at different stages, inshallah. We had Sheikh Imran Patel on the program as well, throughout Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafah. So different mashayikh will be delivering different elements of the program, inshallah.
I can see a lot of Rawaf shifting packages have Nesmat Al Juri Hotel 1 star. Would this be an okay hotel with decent facilities like Ibis, or will it be just a block building with basic amenities?
The Nisbet Hotel is still a hotel. So a lot of groups they just take a building, what we call a building, like which is like flats in essence that have been made into hotel. So Nisbet is still a hotel. It's a one-star hotel. It's not like Ibis. Ibis. One of the reasons why we've specifically chosen this package is because I stayed in Ibis last year. I was very happy with the service, with the quality of the catering, the room cleaning, and so on. It was actually better than any ibis I've stayed in, in the other country in the world actually. So that's why I was very surprised. The location was fantastic, like I mentioned. So these were key factors for us, in picking this particular hotel. Nesmet, I haven't stayed there. But Rawaf, one thing I know is that they generally pick good hotels and good quality. They look at this element, while other groups they just pick buildings, like so it's a building and they use it during Hajj days, and there's no servicing that way. There's no one coming to clean your rooms. The food quality is brought in, but it's not, decent. This one with Ibis, like I mentioned, they had, even the food, everything was actually, quite very, very good in terms of the quality. So I wouldn't say, I haven't seen Nesmat, so I can't give it my own personal kind of yes, but from my dealing with Rawaf and dealing with that is the fact that it's a hotel. I would say, yeah, it shouldn't be too. If that's the package that you want to go for, I wouldn't over worry about it, inshallah. Yeah.
Mm. Related to that, is it more likely to get space if you go for a lower start package shifting package? Still Rawaf, ultimately in Allah's hand, of course.
Yeah. To be honest, so look, different packages have different availability, and there's no kind of rule to that. There's no kind of rule to that. Actually, the standard packages sell the most within the whole Nusuk system. I can't remember the facts for last year. I remember the year before, the standard packages sold the most in terms of what sold out basically, or number of packages that were sold. Um, it might just be due to availability that maybe there's more available. But yeah, the main thing is that we will keep you notified as to okay, like this package is now oversubscribed. It reduces your. We'll try and send an update tomorrow with some of that information. Rawaf are sending us some information on this, like which packages are oversubscribed, which packages have got lots of availability, so that if you are considering a lower package, then you can do that by utilizing that, inshallah ta'ala. It's not a problem. No issue at all.
Jazakallah khair. I'm going to move on to now just briefly going over our two packages. Brothers and sisters, I did focus on the sales related questions. I appreciate there were many questions. We will do our best to answer the questions throughout this week, so please do bear with us. But just because many people are asking about the packages, so I'm just going to quickly go through the two packages that we are supporting this year, inshallah. So as it stands, we're fully supporting two packages. One is Medina first, one is Mecca first. And the reason why we're supporting these two packages, it gives variety. Some people have preferences. Where do you want to go first? Number of days, shifting, non-shifting. So you notice that we've kind of tried to cater for as many different needs as possible. So this first package is the Rawaf 162 package. It's the non-shifting package that goes to Makkah first. Yep. So it would be straight to the Tilal Hotel in Makkah, five-star hotel, and we'll have a few days in near the Haram before the days of Hajj, and then on the first days of Hajj we'll go to Mina. Your hotel room will still remain there in the Tilal Jabal Kaaba hotel in near the Haram throughout your days of Hajj, and we will then return for a day after the days of Hajj. So technically speaking, you do still have access to that hotel during the days of Hajj should you need to. And then we've got 3 nights in Medina before returning to the UK on the 3rd of June. It's a 13-day package, and the flights are via Saudi, and the starting price there is 6,650, excluding flights, and that's for a quad. That's a quad room price there. And then the second package that we're supporting is the Rawaf 403 package. This is a 19-day shifting package starting in Medina. where we arrive in Medina on the 14th of May, have about 3 nights in Medina, and thereafter we go to the Ibis style hotel we go to the Tilal Hotel in Mecca near the Haram for a few days, and then we go to the Ibis Hotel near Mina in the days leading up to Hajj. Again, that Ibis Hotel you'll have access to throughout the days of Hajj needed. After we finish the rites of Hajj, you will still have a few more days in the Ibis Hotel before returning to the UK on the 2nd of June. So that's a 19-day package. The flights are there with Emirates, and the price there, excluding flights, is £5,000 starting, and that is also a quad booking. As we have mentioned throughout, Rawaf have a number of packages available at various prices and lengths. So please do have a look. If these two packages do not, for whatever reason, meet your requirements, and you can still request our guidance during the days of Hajj. So maybe you need to go for a shorter period of time, then you can still request to be with us in the days of Hajj. So when we're in Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, the days of Jamarat, you can still benefit from getting the guidance from Sheikh Farid and the other Mashayikh, inshallah. And the code is there, as we've mentioned throughout, RG-5737, and that will allow you to be with us in the days of Hajj. The next webinar, as we mentioned, is going to be this Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll be doing a rerun of the package 360. We have shared a recording from Sunday, should you wish to watch it again. But if you prefer a live webinar, then please do stay in touch. On Thursday, 8 p.m., we'll be sending out comms for that, inshallah. And as always, we are here to support you to the best of our abilities. You can reach out to us in a number of ways. We have a WhatsApp group which you can join there, scanning the QR code, and I've also put it in the chat. That's our telephone number there. We only have one landline number you can call, and that will come through to the team. And we also have an email address as well. And that landline number, if you save it, it will also be, it's also our WhatsApp number. So you can also send us a message on WhatsApp as well, inshallah. We've covered the questions. Apologies, we couldn't cover all of the questions. Respected brothers and sisters, we did our best. Forgive us for any shortcomings, but we will, inshallah, in the new group. So, as Brother Yunus mentioned, many of you maybe are part of the WhatsApp community, which is a great, amazing, mashallah. We have set up a dedicated support group for those that are wishing to travel on these two supported packages. It is available in the community. We will send a link out for that. So if you are intending to travel on those two packages and you want our support, please do join that group. One of the admin team will reach out to you just to confirm some details. And then that group will have dedicated questions. Sheikh Farid will be part of that group. Inshallah, he'll be there to answer any questions, and we'll be sending updates as we get closer to sales day, and of course post sales day, inshallah. With that being said, we will conclude, inshallah. We really appreciate you spending your Tuesday evening with us. Forgive us for any shortcomings, and please do stay in touch. And again, we are here to help, so please do reach out to us whenever, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.